Hello, everyone. This is Phoenix Tremaine, and today we're going to be talking about the 2025 preview for General Hospital. It's lots of information, so I want to go ahead and get this intro out the way and ask you to please hit that like and subscribe button because it's free to do. It helps our channel a lot. So if you do that, thank you so much in advance. And you can even become a member where you get early access to videos, exclusive videos. You will have seen this information already when we went over on our live and along with the spoilers for next week. So give the membership a try. We'd love to have you. And I'm going to take me off the screen so that you can see all of the pictures for the stories that we're talking about. And we're going to begin with Lulu and Dante. So in 2025, Lulu is determined to bring her daughter home and will pulverize anyone who stands in her way. Valentine can run, but he can't hide. Her quest to reunite with daughter Charlotte will set in motion a game of life and death. As for Dante, Lulu is in love with him as much as she was ever before. And since he's grieving over Sam and the family she left behind is shattered, Lulu can't even bring herself to tell him how she feels, much less intrude on his mourning. But the longer she waits, the greater the chance that someone else will catch his heart or hers. So we've already seen this begin to come to be on Friday, Thursday and Friday's episode, where Lulu finally caught up with Charlotte, and Valentine was attacked, and then Charlotte chose to go away with Valentine, saying that Lulu has Rocco. She wanted to stay with her father. And so this will continue because when we get into the Anna storyline that's coming up, it'll involve Valentine. So I don't think Valentine and Charlotte are quite off the picture just yet. And we had a great scene with Dante letting Lulu know that, Sam passed away because saving her life and she left behind two kids, and how devastated Rocco would be if she just continues to be reckless and end up losing her life. And, he'll lose his mother all over again, and Sam's demise would have been for nothing. So that was a great scene. And while I still stand by she has great chemistry with Cody, I'm not seeing it yet with Dante. So you can let me know in the comments if you see like chemistry between them yet. They seem more like friends or co-parents, not the greatest love of each other's lives. So we're gonna move on to Alexis, Christina, and Molly. Alexis works double time to bring her two remaining daughters together, but Christina's resolve to settle her score with Ava threatens to set back any progress and then some. At the same time, Alexis must navigate a tricky situation with Drew, whose pariah status has him considering relocating where her granddaughter Scout. And next is Sunny. Sonny is hit with an existential crisis that has him re-examining his personal and professional lives. He'll be forced to make a big decision about his future, and anything that impacts the reigning mob boss of Port Charles will impact everyone on the canvas. So we already know Sonny's had with his heart attack, and Jason saying he doesn't want to take over full time. So Sonny's got a lot going on, especially when what's going to happen to Michael at the end of Monday's episode and Tuesday, where this is Michael on fire. And in the doorway is Jason and Sonny. You can sort of see Jason, but behind Jason is Sonny. So yeah, this is how Michael exits. Drew and Willow affair has Michael family crumbling around him, but he doesn't take the transgression lying down. He's ready to fight back when a shocking act of violence has his plans go up in smoke. And it actually goes up in fire, as you can literally see. And this has been a very controversial story since it leaked. As far as like him being on fire, people are torn. They didn't want Michael to go out like this. He's going out in the middle of a huge storyline for the character, but he already said they left the door open for him. Frank said they left the door open for him. So Michael will not pass away. He most likely will be in a burn unit and maybe taken out of town or something for his injuries. He may end up in a coma. We don't know yet the full details, but to me, taking Michael out this way leaves the door open for two reasons. If he's burned, there'll be a situation with the bandages. And then when they take them bandages off, it could be Chad Duell playing Michael or a new actor. Because you know in the past, this is the way they used to bring new actors into a role. You know, they'd be all bandaged up or whatever, and then the bandages come off and there's a new actor. So they've given themselves options of, Chad, if he comes back, okay, but they also can have a new actor too. Carly Corinthos. Let's move on to Carly. Now they should have condensed Carly and Brennan, but we'll see. You'll see. Carly has her hands full when she takes the lead role looking after Michael's best interest. How far will she go to stick up for her son? So basically, it's going to be Carly versus Willow and Drew. Um, because, with Michael out the picture, she's not going to just let Willow, you know, take Michael's money or his kids or anything. She's going to be Mama Bear and she's going to get all up in that business. So next up is Drew and Willow. Drew and Willow double down on their relationship, which will result in a raft of enemies against them. An unlikely alliance is formed in an effort to rip the blinders off Willow. Her commitment to Drew will face a grave test as we get deeper into the year. Now, these previews for 2025 usually range from January leading up to February sweeps. So as we get deep into the year, I think February sweeps, Willow will most likely learn that her mother slept with Drew and put into question everything that she's been doing. Um, Sasha and Jason. Sasha charts a new course for herself and the baby she's carrying. The Scorpios and other coalesce to provide support, but she's determined to maintain her independence. This will prove easier said than done while working with the nosy Quartermains, and even more so when a request from Michael puts Jason in Sasha's path. Another reason why I say Michael's not deceased is because, burnt or not, he's still able to tell Jason probably that she has his baby and look out for her. For his own part, Jason is thrust into uncharted territory when he must disappoint Sonny twice. And Carly's strengthening connection to Jack Brennan poses a slew of problems all on their own. So Jason and Sasha may get together. It's really up in the air because the portrayer, Steve Burton, said in an interview that on his own talk show with Brandon Anderson, who plays Finale, he said that it would be really weird for Jason, who is Michael's uncle, to get with Sasha, who's Michael's ex, because then that would mean Michael's wife slept with one uncle, and then Sasha ended up sleeping with his twin brother. So that's real messy, real messy. And he said that he doesn't think that Jason would want to be raising another kid. I mean, let's face it, he don't really want to raise his own, but okay. So we are going to move on to Ava Jerome and Rick Lansing. Ava's future is at stake when she allows Rick deeper into her life, but someone ought to warn Ava that Elizabeth is never far from Rick's mind. Meanwhile, Ava's indelible connection to the Corinthos and Davis clans will either save her bacon or prove her downfall. And then next we have Ava. I said Ava, I meant Anna. Anna and Valentine. Just when she thought she was out, the WSB intrigue draws Anna back in. Past his prologue, when Valentine found himself in deep trouble, can Anna pull him out and make up for her mistakes? She can do one or the other, but maybe not both. So that's why I said that even though Valentine and his daughter Charlotte drove off, as if that was like the end of it, they wrapped up their storyline. I think that Anna may be the one that ushered them back into Port Charles. Emma Drake. So now we have Emma Drake. Emma is a live wire, more Scorpio Devane than Drake. She's got a heart of gold and knuckles of brass. Her return to Port Charles means headaches and fun in equal measure for Joselyn and the Scorpios, Anna especially. So now with Dex out the picture, I'm have a feeling they're probably going to do a triangle between Jocelyn, Emma, and Dex. I said Dex. Jocelyn, Emma, and Geo. I think that will be the new love triangle because Emma and Geo, I'm gonna say Dex again. Emma and Geo have great chemistry, and they already talked about being rivals. So I think that that could be the next step in that storyline. Moving on to something I'm actually looking forward to, Tracy and Martin. So the court remains are rocked when a certain employee's misconception takes on a life of its own. On another front, Tracy takes up arms against Drew, but he proves a formidable enemy, especially when he enlists Martin Gray's legal aid. Martin will prove a match for Tracy, perhaps in more ways than one. So I'm looking forward to a Tracy romance that her and Martin could be a good thing. I think they have chemistry, and I'm looking forward to that. You can also let me in the comment section if you think that Martin is the right one to pair with Tracy. Laura Collins. Laura's mettle as mayor, mother, and grandmother is tested. Her heart is full thanks to Lucky's and Lulu's return, but wherever those two go, trouble follows. She'll get no respite in the office either. PC's mayor faces crisis on several fronts as Martin shenanigans create conflict across the campus. And much worse, Cyrus looks like he's going to take more victims. And looming overall is Jen Sidwell, whose resettlement in Port Charles poses a unique challenge for our mayor. Port Charles will need her level best, and so will her old friend Sunny. They've had many ups and downs, more downs than up recently. Will Laura be there for Sunny in his time of need? So it looks like Sidwell was going to be trying to take over the mob territory, especially with Sunny being a little weak right now. Moving on to Jack Brennan. The WSB does not put down stakes anywhere just cause. Brennan is running a long-term operation, one that will have a life-changing impact on a number of residents. But his success is imperiled by something a seasoned cynic could never have anticipated. Genuine romantic feelings for Carly could be his undoing. Now we have Lucky and Elizabeth Weber. We are beyond happy to have Jonathan Jackson back. Lucky and Elizabeth romance is foundational to our vision of General Hospital, but they've been apart a long time. She may not be able to trust him with her heart, but she will trust him with her life as she'll have a good reason as they team up to uncover the truth about Sam's and Dec's demise. Sparks will fly, but the closer they get to Cyrus, the closer he gets to them. Next up, we have Joselyn Jack. Joselyn takes drastic measures to unmax Dex, the person who got rid of Dex. Doing so will bring her to a crossroads. Her choice will change her life forever. So this makes me wonder if she'll try to take Cyrus out. Because Cyrus getting rid of Sam, you can't say certain words on YouTube. That's why I'm carefully treading. But because Cyrus got rid of Sam, that was basically, his demise is just coming. So nobody, once the truth eventually comes out, Jason, Sonny, Alexis, Jocelyn, everybody who loved Christina, everybody who loved Sam is going to have him on their hit list. We're going to move on to Trina and Kai. So Kai tries to find common ground as the new year begins and the football season ends. As 2025 progresses, they'll be confronted by burgeoning feelings, crises, intrigue, and adventure. A conflict elsewhere on the canvas will have Kai watching his back, but maybe by then Trina will be watching it for him. So I do think Kai is going to be drawn into Isaiah's drama, Sidwell's drama, and all of that. I think that's coming for them because he has a secret past, which is why he can't sleep. Isaiah, he has a past, that's he was running from in Africa. So I think this is all going to come together. And also in the story that most of us have been predicting for a really long time. um, I'll just tell you the spoiler and then I'll break it down for you. Brooklyn and Chase's marriage is tested by a medical setback, a secret she's keeping, and a secret being kept from her about her. But only one person can keep a secret, and even Cirillos have lapses. The coming revelations will have profound impacts on Brooklyn and Chase's marriage, and on the Quartermain, Cirillo, Falconeri, and Corinthos families. Meanwhile, Brooklyn and Lulu's mutual hostility make a diplomat out of Maxie, but her attempts to strike peace may prove no match for the long-standing issues between her two friends. So this I'm gonna break this down to you because I've been predicting this for a while now. But Brooklyn is Gio's mother, and Dante is the father. Whatever happened in summer camp happened. Brooklyn, as we saw last week, when Chase was like, "Oh, this will be our first kid," and then Brooklyn looking all crazy because this ain't her first kid, and then the fact that they've been trying and trying and trying to have a kid, and her not being able to will probably lead to something happened when she gave birth that probably made it so that she can't have kids. And this will be something that definitely affects Brooklyn and Chase's marriage. And the fact that Lulu and they're in Brooklyn's rivalry is being brought back. Lulu finding out that Brooklyn had a kid with Dante will also be like a monkey wrench in Lulu and Dante getting back together right away. So I see a lot of this because they made it sound like maybe Cody uh, could have possibly been the father too. But when they say that the Quartermain, Cirillo, Falconer, and Corinthos families are going to be affected, and Falconer Corinthos is Dante, and a Quartermain Cirillo is Brooklyn. Nowhere in there do you see like spent what is Cody's family now? Scorpio. I don't see no Scorpios in there. So that tells you right there that Dante is the father. She had his kid, but she probably gave it away for adoption or something. And Lois made sure she knew where the kid went. And so Lois knows that Gio is Brooklyn's son, but Brooklyn doesn't know that Gio is her son. So I figured that's probably going to be coming out close to February sweeps so that we can go into February sweeps with this bombshell that we've seen coming a mile away. If you've been paying attention, this all makes sense of how this is coming to a head. Moving on to Cyrus. Cyrus' motives will become clear early in the new year. His hit list is growing, but if he doesn't take care, he'll find himself in the crosshairs. So I think he'll find himself in Jocelyn's crosshairs, which means, her attacking him. Whether he survives or not is another story. And they also been hinting that somebody else is going to be Cyrus' victim. So I would like to know in the comment section what character do you think that they will get rid of to give Cyrus another victim. So I'm curious. I can't think of anybody that to really think that needs to go or I don't know. But we're moving on to Lucy Coe and Sidwell, something I did not see coming. Lucy provides entree to PC Society for Moneyback Sidwell, but nothing is free with Lucy. She has designs to expand the deception and will need more than Sonny's capital to make it happen. That's where Sidwell comes in. He alone possesses the resources needed to grow deception, and she's glad to avail herself of them, much to her partner's chagrin. But is their corporate angel just a devil in disguise? So it seems like Sidwell they're sort of bringing him in like Brennan, where he was clearly a bad guy, and they sort of made him like a resident that, that can still be there without kind of like instantly going to jail or something. So I guess that's why Sidwell didn't attack Sasha when she was in the church, because he's becoming a regular character. They even did pictures for him for the opening, so he's probably going to be around for a while. Um, Cody Bell is next up. Cody gets into more trouble with the law, but his reckless streak may ultimately prove financially and romantically rewarding, and he may prove a key role in what comes as Quartermain's secret come to light. Now, the Quartermain secret that comes to light most likely will be Brooklyn having had Dante's kid because he was there at the camp or whatever. So I think he's gonna find out the secret. And then we'll see what happens after that. Next up is Portia and Curtis and Selena Wu. The rift between Curtis and Drew widens, threatens to erupt into a full-blown war. Selena Wu strikes a deal that will have troublesome repercussions for the Asterix. When faced with further trouble, Portia may find herself resorting to tactics similar to those she deployed against Heather. And then we have Isaiah and Jordan. A chance run-in makes confidant of Isaiah. His budding relationship with Jordan is called into doubt when she undertakes a dangerous mission to rid Port Charles of a growing threat. That threat, of course, is Sidwell. With Sonny's position and weakening, Sidwell is probably trying to angle in to take Sonny's place. And finally, we have Lucas and Brad in some mystery name. We take our hats off to Van Hanses, who have breathed new pathos, humor, and authenticity into the role of Lucas. I'm not sold. He has a couple good scenes, usually with Ava. I like any scene Lucas has with Ava, but anything else has been just like really annoying to me. So Lucas is taking his time growing on me, the new one. So so when it says we take our hands off the Van Hanses was breathe new pathos, humor, authenticity into the role of Lucas. I'm like, yeah, not for me. And they say we look forward to developing Lucas' role at the hospital and in his family and giving his romantic life a shot in the arm. Brad aims to get back with Lucas, but Brad being Brad, he's prone to trusting more to his schemes than in his own personal growth. One wrong move could stop the looming reunion in its tracks, and Luke is vulnerable to the advances of a handsome and mysterious stranger. So that is it for these spoilers for 2025. Let me know what you're most looking forward to, and I will see you in the next video.